chance to make a statement against the Dignitas War Machine. What more could you want for Barcelona coming into the RLCS? And for two of these players, this is a return to form. This is a chance to come back and make their name once again. Devo, a former world champion, Bluey, has played in many previous RLCSs. They've brought Alpha 54 along with them. Excited to see these guys play up against the big dogs.
And again, we touched on it a little bit in the pre-show for Dignitas. You do think Yukio has a lot to live up to, obviously. It puts a lot of pressure on Violent Panda and Turbo Pulse to play well. The best part is they're that good, and they totally...
Yeah, it's funny to me, though. It's like they already have a major win. They already did that.
Yes.
It took them, what, 2 tournaments to figure this? 2, because it was still with K-Dop at E-League. So, yeah, 2 tournaments, like, we had the one fluke one. All right, cool. And now we're back to winning. So we'll see if he keeps it going here.
But it is just kind of like, I feel like for the Bricks as well, they had that great win with Speed as soon as they picked him up, too. So, you know, sometimes you catch the hot hand. Dignitas did look good at their win at DreamHack, but as I said on the desk, yes, it's an argument that works in my favor. So,
well, how often does that really happen? There's a thing about like best of 5s and best of 7s is oftentimes the team that wins the best of 5 in a best of 7 also wins the best of 7. It doesn't usually go the other way.
It is a curious metric to try and suss out, but it will be interesting to see how Bluey, Devo, and Alpha deal with Turbo, Yukio, and Violent Panda in the online mode, because it was on LAN client over in DreamHack. So, what do I expect? Still lots of challenges from Devo and Bluey in the midfield. They're going to be all over the place. And it's on Alpha to keep things under wraps.
Well, let's get the game underway. In our best of 5, we've got Barcelona in the blue, Dignitas in the orange, as Alpha tries to get started right out the gate with a carry to the post. Now here comes Turbo Pulse driving the DeLorean, possibly making a debut here. As far as I can remember in 7 seasons of RLCS, I haven't seen a DeLorean on the pitch. One of the first DLC cars in Rocket League.
Has a Dominus hitbox.
In 24 hours, it sold more in-game DeLoreans than have ever actually been sold in real life.
But it does have a Dominus hitbox. It will smack the ball pretty hard.
It is also the only car that its wheels tuck up underneath it whenever it takes off into the air.
Yes.
Pretty cool feature. We get to see Turbo show that off on some aerials here as we see Barcelona making a drive down. Violent Panda up to Turbo on the ceiling. Here comes Violent Panda once more. Turbo making sure that nobody was in goal, but Alpha comes off the wall, gets a nice clear. Now Devo through the air. Bluey over on the side to work with if he wants. Yukio shuts down one, but can't deal with the follow-up. Turbo Pulse has to get it off the wall.
And plenty of space as well for Barcelona to keep the attack going. A strong clear from Violent Panda, and a nice job from Turbo Pulse to pick that up and get things unstuck from their own half, but a quick return from Barcelona as Bluey not able to go through Yukio.
Devo trying to back pass here. Yukio pressuring Alpha on his own wall. Looks to clear out the goal. Again, nobody there. Some kind of late rotations from Barcelona actually working in their favor as multiple times Dignitas is pressuring in net, and there finally Turbo Pulse catches one. Here comes Violent Panda for a shot. It goes for the far side, just barely off the crossbar.
I think Devo might have had it either way if it was on target, but it is good to see Dignitas finally break out of their own half. This is their first opportunity to really get something to stick if they can win this next challenge, and a little bit slow from Barcelona, and Violent Panda keeping it close on the dribble, just not able to get it across Alpha.
Panda making an effort there. So we are approaching halftime, and nobody having managed to put one in the back of the net on either side. Bluey carries into the corner, sends the shot over. Turbo Pulse now with a response. Gets the dunk on Devo onto the back wall. Violent Panda goes neutral with Bluey, who looks to pass out to a teammate, but falls back and gives it to Alpha. Yukio looking to read the play, make space for his teammates as well, and Turbo build a block Devo right in front of the box. Turbo looking to push up. Violent Panda through the air, leading the charge. Turbo Pulse in the midfield. Alpha's contact actually goes back in front of the box, but Devo's there. Violent Panda will rotate with Yukio. We'll stay pretty neutral here in game number 1.
Nice clear to Yukio. Dignitas not having any problems trying to find clears to their teammates. And a little bit of extra space. Violent Panda trying to close the gap, but Yukio got bumped in the midfield from Devo, and it just killed that drive for Dignitas.
Turbo Pulse was creating chaos in the blue net as well. A good setup, but that midfield bump breaking up the drive. Now with 2 minutes to go. Starting to get into silver gold territory. Devo off the wall. Violent Panda Sending this one a long ways down the field, and we'll continue it onto the backboard now in front of the box. Here comes Turbo Pulses. Violent Panda gets the bump. The shot is high, but Devo's clear is not there. Here comes Yukio, and off the woodwork and out. Oh my goodness, Bluey helped it along as well. And we're still scoreless.
Unfortunate chance, and that really is exactly what Dignitas tries to do. It'll be a lot of great pressure from, why can I not say their names? Turbo Pulse and Violent Panda trying to get Yukio chances, as now Violent Panda can't get through Devo. And it's all on Yukio to deliver on those chances that they will inevitably get them, because they are that good. And that time he just couldn't get it under the crossbar all the way.
Alpha lofting this one. Turbo gets it away as Alpha gets sent off to Narnia. Turbo pulls another pass into the midfield. Bluey trying to carry it along. A nice pop-up of Violent Panda will put it onto the backboard and carry it to the corner himself as Turbo sets up a net with Yukio behind on the rotation. Clean play from Dignitas as we are into the final minute of game number 1. Alpha getting this one across, long way above the goal. Violent Panda will pick it up on the wall, get it past Bluey. His teammates moving up in support. Here's Yukio looking for the play down into the corner again. Alpha will pick it up. And now Bluey looking for the shot. Challenged by Turbo. Beats Turbo, but Violent Panda's got him. Panda through the air. Now back in front. Turbo pulses up. Wins the challenge. Is going to drop down in front of the goal. Violent Panda following it along, but cannot keep it in the box. Yukio comes up, and Turbo Pulse is there. The ball moves much faster than anybody can read. Turbo Pulse will have to adjust to the side and look for the setup.
Dignitas currently stealing a lot of the midfield boost away from Barcelona, however, making it quite difficult for them to really take a push, and the last chance will belong to Dignitas.
Final drive. Yukio with a pass across. Here comes Turbo. Tries to tuck it, but Bluey gets it away. Violent Panda will just let it hit. We'll go to overtime in game 1. First goal going to win a game.
I am really quite curious to see what happens on kickoff, and it goes fairly neutral, but in favor of Barcelona, so they will start with a little bit of pressure and a shot down the middle, and saved by Violent Panda, cleared by Yukio.
Let's go, Panda. Yukio demoed twice already in 13 seconds, and Panda's able to get out of what will look like a certain goal. Alpha coming back down the middle. Yukio gets it over to the side as Dignitas stabilizes. Devo losing control. Violent Panda behind one, as all up to Alpha, the rookie on the side here. It's Turbo Pulsa winning one dunk. Bluey moving up as well. Here comes Yukio into the corner. Pass 2. Alpha in front of the goal gets a soft touch, but it's not great. Bluey has to help him and gets it over to the side. 40 seconds have passed. Now Turbo versus Alpha in the air. Back away. Yukio into the corner. Very high and coming down in his favor. He gets it off the woodwork again. They cannot get it into the goal.
Yukio under a lot of pressure there, maybe feeling that somebody from Savage was going to be rotating into the net, and he had to make it quick, and they will get punished back the other way. Yukio could end it, but it'll be Devo.
Look at this, the pressure from Alpha and Devo. It's straight onto his hood, but still such an easy shot to miss with how fast that ball was moving. 83 kilometers per hour. He'll slam it in and get a win for Barcelona. Their first goal also gives them their first win over one of the biggest opponents. Great way for Barcelona to start off their inaugural season.
Unfortunate for Dignitas, though. Again, it was all about the chances that Turbo Pulse and Violent Panda got. Yuki, I believe they got him 3 quality looks at the net, only 2 registered shots, but the big one, obviously, the one in overtime that he just banged off the post, that was totally free.
Well, in a game where only 1 goal is scored, it's every time could have been the one that won you the game. There was the driver like, this is it. They've set it up, and they've hit every single piece of the woodwork, just couldn't get the ball in.
Yeah. Unfortunate, but again, that's kind of why I wasn't super sold on Dignitas with Yu-Gi-Oh! Yet. Obviously, you can never take away the prowess of Turbo Pulse and Violent Panda, and that's why it puts so much pressure on Yu-Gi-Oh! To really step in and immediately be that top-level striker that Dignitas really benefited from.
And it's interesting, like talking about like the whole swap. You have a player as good as K-Dop. Can Yukio be as good as K-Dop? And it's never for me been the question: is Yukio as good as K-Dop? Is Yukio right for Dignitas? Is K-Dop right for Vitality? Because they are both high caliber players that bring different things to the table. Can he synergize with this team? And my favorite thing about this situation for Yukio is he doesn't have to try and be the clutch player. When he on flip side past seasons, he really had to step up in moments where his teammates were not there for him, and that won't be a situation with Violent Panda and Turbo Pulsa. Does that space to breathe allow Yukio a peace of mind to really play cleanly? Game 1, definitely some jitters. We'll see how it changes in Game 2.
Definitely curious. Plenty of opportunities throughout the game for Dignitas, but Barcelona definitely a little bit lax, I would say, in the pressure department. However, able to win on a nice counterattack, and we'll see if they can step up their own pressure, because I really feel Barcelona's another team that can really threaten, and a nice demo from Yukio will take away Devo at the top of the box and the opportunity from Barcelona.
Yeah, nobody was home in the goal for Dignitas. That demolition definitely kept the goal from happening. Yukio with a nice boom. Alpha comes off the wall with a nice read. Now Turbo Pulsa, clean clear. Devo pass 2, Yukio in to pick it up. Violent Panda looking for the pass, but Alpha cuts him off. Now Bluey in to get it past Turbo. Back behind 2 players from Dignitas, and Yukio's able to neutralize it.
Did they catch him?
And all the way back. Look at that. Turbo will steal it, but Dignitas is on the board.
They absolutely caught all of Barcelona too far forward. Devo pushing upfield when Alpha already relatively close to where a challenge was going to be happening, maybe expecting a little bit more out of Alpha, or maybe he called Alpha off and he just went for a challenge that he was just straight beat to. Either way, big mistake from Barcelona.
Here comes Violent Panda falling behind this. A very neutral hit. He and Devo. Alpha sends this one towards the goal. Yukio up to the side, and Bluey should have this one first. Devo also trailing, now airborne, looking for the shot. Doesn't make contact, but it does go just wide of the goal. Alpha puts it back into the box and ties the game. Great pressure from Barcelona.
And now they really tie up Dignitas on their own half. It's just a couple of misses off the back wall, and Yukio tried, but a nice tip, like you said, from Alpha. Great way to get around the opposite side of that ball and get it around the last man.
3:54 on the clock. First minute comes and goes with both teams able to do what they couldn't do in regulation in game number 1. Violent Panda keeps his ball high. Turbo Pulsa goes up, but Devo's got him beat. Now it comes back down for Yukio. Manages to get it onto the backboard. Yukio the back pass to Violent Panda, getting one bump, a shot just wide. Turbo Pulsa flanking on the other side of the field. Devo will get the better of him. Here comes Yukio looking for Turbo Pulsa, looking for the shot. It's just a bit high. Here comes Violent Panda with all the net to shoot at and places it right at Alpha. Devo will be able to help extend the play outwards before being bumped, and now Yukio the pass back inwards. Turbo Pulsa will be flanking around the edge, but not coming in for the kill.
And Barcelona really following each other to wherever this ball is going. And it is kind of putting them all in the same place as nobody goes up to challenge. Alpha gets the ball out into the middle of the field. It's Bluey and Devo both in the net here, and just nobody goes for this because nobody was in position.
Well,
their rotation in the net was so sloppy. They were like, are you going to go for the next one? Am I? I'm not sure. Either way, they're like, all right, I'll get in position to make it, and by then it was too late.
Well, if I understood that play correctly, Turbo pre-jumped that one by a mile, was already in the air as ready for Violent Panda's pass. Definitely a difficult prediction, even if you hadn't been confused in net. And then the 104km/h shot will secure it. Another follow-up blazer on the ground. Turbo can't get it past the back line, but here comes Violent Panda. Yukio demolished to relieve some pressure. Devo will be able to move it up across midfield. Turbo with the flick back, but Bluey and Alpha able to work together.
And Devo was just trying to go for a demo in the Dignitas net and try and open a hole that way, and a weak touch to the top of the box. Actually, everybody going to miss, and that'll allow them to steal both corner boosts at Dignitas, and a wise play from Violent Panda to take that on a dribble and just force a challenge. Yukio trying to do the same thing.
Turbo airborne. Alpha looking for the dribble plays but doesn't find anything, and Devo will pick it up on the far wall. Here's Yukio airborne to put it back down, and Devo now looking for the goal. Violent Panda past him. Alpha is the next target. Alpha is able to do his work. Devo puts it back into the orange corner. Bluey trailing, lurking him around at midfield. Ready on boost, now moving in. Put it onto the backboard. Turbo Pulsa will be able to get it away. The shot back in from Alpha, deflected by Violent Panda, and Devo will put it over to the side. So Bluey now through the air, still with boost to work with. Looks for the flip reset, doesn't find it as Yukio gets in his way. Now Turbo back down the field.
And Barcelona again, as they're trying to figure out who's going to go for the next challenge. It really seems like Devo sometimes the guy going a little bit too far forward and throwing off that rotation just enough as Bluey can't find a demo in the Dignitas net. Alpha with not a lot to pick from and an easy save for Turbo.
Bluey now, long booming clear. Yukio to the side. Devo could possibly have passed, but Alpha wasn't ready for it. He's too close behind his teammate. Now Yukio looking back down the field. Bluey straight downtown, but Turbo Pulse is there. Violent Panda in the back. Turbo actually kind of eliminating Violent Panda's usefulness here. He's going to have to go for neutral contact. As Devo close to pressure on the net. Yukio over to the side. Dignitas holding on to a 1-goal lead in the final minute. of game number 2. After dropping game number 1, they'd love to tie it up.
And plenty of pressure from Barcelona here. They've spent a fair chunk of time on the orange half. They just seem to be struggling to really generate a quality scoring opportunity. They've been trying to go for demos, and it's been a great job for Dignitas to not get hit, and Devo is forced to place it around Violent Panda on the challenge, and he just couldn't slide the angle behind him.
Some excellent challenges on the wall here from Barcelona, making things very difficult for Dignitas on defense. Alpha again going for the demolitions. Both teams opting for that setup and blow up rotation. Turbo trying to get it through. Here's Violent Panda, and no one really set up well as Devo will cross the entire net with 10 seconds left, though. It's all on Barcelona. Bluey looking for Alpha. He'll just take the shot himself. It's a bit high, and the deflection from Turbo, and Yukio will seal the game. Into the back of the goal, into the back of Barcelona's territory. Violent Panda puts it down, and Dignitas tie the series.
Yeah, Devo trying to get up close and personal, hope for a miss or a demo, and an open door to go and try and press and shoot something on target. Unfortunately got it tipped over his head because nobody could accomplish that, and that really was the story of about the last minute and a half, maybe even 2 minutes. Barcelona, like you said, great challenges on the wall, keeping possession quite nicely, and every time they were trying to demo him, and credit where it must be given for Dignitas.
The go-ahead goal, Dignitas able to string together a win here. And again, Turbo Pulsa airborne so early on this as Yukio and Alpha are setting this up. He's already getting up as that contact is happening. Certain he knows where this is going, and the defender's just not in position to make any sort of challenge, and with how fast the shot was to actually make the save on the goal line is not going to happen either there. Turbo Pulsa, fantastic work with that DeLorean.
And so great defense as well for Dignitas as we were to Barcelona. I liked the pressure, and maybe the demo game is the way to go. It's just, can you hit them? Because they're doing a great job not getting hit.
I like seeing it. It's one of those things both teams have been doing pretty well, and it doesn't require that much time. It just requires the mentality of I move forward, I try to make the play, regardless of whether I've won the contact or not. I'm going for the goalie next. You know, it's a simple swing through goal that could easily turn into goals multiple times, but the teams just have to think about it, and it's so easy to be on the panic of I have to get back behind the ball. You know, there's a simple mentality to think about that can really make a big difference.
And head on a swivel. Dignitas to not get dimmeled, so I'm curious to see if Dignitas will have to continue to contend with that, or if Barcelona tries something different here in Game 3.
As Game 3 gets going on Manfield, it'll be Yukio on the back wall. Out to Violent Panda for an initial kickoff push from Barcelona. Devo airborne quickly. Bluey looking for a shot, but Yukio will be right in front of him.
We really do pick up right where we left off, but already some boost starve coming out from Barcelona, stealing away the corner boost, and a nice touch upfield from Turbo to Violent Panda, but well off the mark. But either way, it's space bought.
Yukio now on the wall. Through the ceiling. Goes back to midfielding. And Violent Panda, a little high loft. Onto the backboard, no contact, and that will be the goal. You don't get somebody on the backboard, it's going to be a pretty easy read from the next rebound shooter. And that's Dignitas with the lead.
And Alpha, Devo had a lot of faith in Alpha making it to that ball because it looked pretty close, like he might be able to get there. And Bluey beat to the challenge out of the midfield, got it over his head as well as over Alpha's, and he just couldn't find that touch.
Here comes Alpha on the following kickoff. Violent Panda onto the side, Turbo Pulsa with a win. It's up to Devo in the back right now. His touch goes neutral. Turbo Pulsa rotating though. No follow-up pressure from Dignitas. Violent Panda and Turbo going to tag team this one away. Alpha now up. No challenge on the wall. Yukio's able to get it off the ground lip, and Turbo now shot towards goal. Bluey with the save out to Devo. Challenged by Yukio. One onto the backboard again, but there's no shooter this time as Alpha drops this down. Dangerous. Any pressuring Dignitas player could have scored that. Turbo Pulsa now looking for Yukio in the cherry pick. Can't quite get it past Bluey though.
It's a great delay from Devo on that midfield push initially, just to make sure Savage got set for whatever was coming at him. And Alpha just trying to buy a little time because everyone seems to be a little bit strapped for boost. And pass to the top of the box, hotly contested, and a free ball for Alpha. And a great pinch off the ceiling, back wall. Yukio lets it go, and Devo's too late.
Yukio gets the clear, back into the corner. Here's Bluey, keeps this one high. Devo should have Violent Panda beat, but Violent Panda manages to find a way around it, and it's back to Bluey. Wins 2 challenges, now up to Yukio. Again, leaves the ball, knowing Yukio will get there first. Looks for a goalie. Yukio's clear, shuts everything down. Triple Pulsa now off the corner again. Bluey and Alpha, a bit of miscommunication, a bit of trying to think through this one. Can Violent Panda find his Devo? Look for the demolition. Is back behind everybody. Bluey can simply loft this, try to buy time. Lucky for him, Dignitas respecting the position of his teammates. No one will be going for a shot.
And a demo back. The blue side will allow Turbo Pulsa to be put on his own half here, but this is the first time we've really got to see Barcelona try and stick something, and yes sir, down the middle behind the last man. They started off pretty strong. A couple of salvos from Dignitas, but look at that. One challenge won, and Violent Panda, trying to defend the near post, gets it put right behind him.
I love that pass from Alpha, finding the read on Turbo Pulsa's hit and going, hey, you're coming right back at me? Cool, I'll find Devo. A quick 1-2, tying the game for Barcelona. Turbo Pulsa backtracking, leaving space for Yukio to move up. It's against Devo, got it past him. It's all up to Alpha now, and he's kind of on his back foot. Violent Panda, though, didn't quite have a shot, and Yukio will loft it in the corner. Bluey now moving back out. Turbo Pulsa with the challenge will put it high. Yukio now out to Violent Panda. This one straight under the hood of Alpha, who will go for the dribble play. Gets it back to midfield with control, and now into the corner again. Pass 2, missing. It's up to Yukio, but Devo misses. Yukio just wipe the sweat off his brow.
Wise play from Turbo Pulsa as well, not trying to rush things out of their own half and making sure that they were going to get at least one quality touch before another challenger from Barcelona came at him, and a free ball for Yukio. Delayed challenge will go Turbo Pulsa's way, and it's out onto the blue side of things.
Turbo past 1. Bluey out to Devo, keeping this one long. As Yukio puts it into the corner, Bluey tries to wrap it. Now Alpha off the top, Violent Panda carrying this one, now swapping with Turbo. Now out to Yukio. All playing off the ceiling, and
that is
Turbo
free.
tried. It's not going to happen. That goal should be in. It's a bit wider. Devo will still find it, though. Rotation's not there for Dignitas.
So this was really just a combination of a couple of poor touches from Dignitas coming out of their own half. Two of them in a row went straight up to the ceiling, and the last man responsible was Yukio, and he couldn't get a quality touch either, and tipped it right back up. And Barcelona just jumped right on it. And well done for Bluey, not pinching that ball across, just pop it out to the top of the box. It's so easy to mess up that play, and well done from Barcelona to capitalize.
Oh, Yukio trying to tie the game again with 1 minute remaining here in Game 3. Violent Panda comes down. Devo, the long play down. And Alpha will look to create chaos for the defense, puts it high, and now gets the shot himself, but sent away by Turbo. Seeing Violent Panda will work back up the field, looking for that tying goal. Violent Panda coming off the ceiling onto the backboard. Yukio tries to find the flank shot, but getting a little bit crowded by his own teammate here on the rotation. Couldn't cut in quite as tight as he would like. Bluey now down towards the goal. Turbo Pulsa onto Yukio's hood, and now off of Devo. They'll use Devo to pass
dangerous.
this down. Can Yukio make it happen? Bluey with an excellent save.
Big diving stopping as well to get past the first man from Devo on transition. Will waste precious seconds here away from Dignitas.
17 left in game number 3. Turbo Pulsa will extend it down, and Yukio's up. Violent Panda hoping to help finish this one off. Goes up, but there's 3 defenders. Alpha carries it away. Turbo Pulsa trying to put it back, but it's too slow. Bluey will shut it down, and Alpha should be able to puppy guard this one into a game win.
Oh, we're not done.
Got it up. Bluey still put it into the ground. Now it's over there. Barcelona, 2 games off Dignitas, the European regional champs. Can they finish it off here? 1 away from a Week 1 win.
Well, it was back and forth a little bit, but Dignitas again kind of struggling to win possession away from Barcelona, Again at that midfield line, it's great challenges. Exactly what you expect out of Barcelona. They're going to be in your face.
The go-ahead goal from Barcelona was on the breakaway. 3 players committed in the midfield, and even the initial shot was off, but still the rotation came in too quickly. Almost no defensive positioning here. As you see, everybody's behind the ball over in the blue.
Oh,
Yukio,
what a touch.
Just rotating too far in. The one chance they possibly had.
Well, he was never going to really have a chance because, again, he was the last guy to touch that ball. and he just had to race back to net, top speed to even have a chance. And that's why that touch from Bluey was so good, because he was never going to be able to shoot that ball, and it was so easy to just pinch that right across and let that go-ahead chance go to waste.
It's one of those moments as a defender where it's like, I'm not going back to read. I'm just going back to just throw a car on the line and just hope that the ball hits it. Just to have something there. So definitely Barcelona's shot to miss. They did not miss it, and now on match point as we move on to Neo Tokyo. And this would be quite the way to start a season, getting a win off Dignitas, who last season were one match away from having a perfect season, the one match being the World Championship.
And they got 2 goes at it.
They did. They came real close. I mean, I'd consider the first streak.
Yeah, that's fair.
The bracket reset, they broke the streak on him, but still so close.
And continuing to struggle are Dignitas against the relentless pressure from the midfield line from Barcelona. However, Barcelona have really not been able to generate a ton of scoring opportunities because a lot of their goals have only come off of slight Dignitas misplays. There hasn't really been a Barcelona, made this insane passing play or anything like that. It's just been
pounding the mistakes.
Who blinks first?
Yeah. Finding the holes in the Swiss cheese. Stevo trying to move this out. Now Alpha will extend it. Turbo Pulsa shuts it down in midfield, but there's not a lot of pressure from the rest of his team. Alpha's got a free touch there. Back into the middle, it'll be Devo onto the backboard. It's Violent Panda over towards Yukio. Devo and Alpha working together. Devo, half rotation to extend it, but a lot of midfield neutral play here.
Oh,
Alpha,
fake.
a nice fake on Turbo now. Pushing this one back into the corner. He's got 2 players in front. Bluey will put it high. Can he find the double tap? Almost gets it. Here's the follow-up from Devo to finish it off. Barcelona's on the board first.
That's all opened up by that beautiful dribble from Alpha. Got that fake to get it past the midfield line, and then a quality challenge against the second defender coming in, and a nice follow-up from Bluey, and Devo there to finish it.
Like the Alpha started it. It doesn't happen without Alpha, but it also doesn't happen without Bluey immediately pumping that onto the backboard. The defender had no time to read it, and you have to play that quickly to beat the Dignitas defense.
Turbo almost owned Goldit trying to get to it in time. And again, Dignitas staring down what could have potentially just been match point, and here's their first opportunity in game 4.
One back down on the Turbo's hood. He's back at Turbo again. So has 3 touches in a row. Yukio into the corner. Can Turbo finally finish this one off? It's a 2-man drive, but Alpha will have the space and clear it high. Finally, Violent Panda comes back into the picture. Violent Panda having a decently quiet series here. He's put up no shots last game. Hasn't been too involved in this game either.
And that, again, is mostly because Dignitas haven't been able to wrestle possession away too much from Barcelona, which is really the value. It's, again, how can Turbo Pulsa and Violent Panda enable Yukio to be successful on offense?
Is that in? No. Okay, cool.
What?
They'll take it. They need anything to break the momentum at this moment. Turbo on the fluke pinch with Alpha.
Oh, it's just a bad challenge by Alpha.
He'll say calculated.
He could have just let it go. Alpha could have just been like, if he looked up at Turbo, he would have been like, that guy's got me beat. He's coming off the wall, but he was so focused on the ball, he went for the challenge. And if he just lets it go, Turbo doesn't dunk that straight into the net.
Violent Panda now down, Turbo Pulsa up. Looking for the soft one onto the backboard. Devo should have this read and sends it to the corner. But Alpha beaten again. Yukio now past Devo, and it's up to Bluey. Puts it towards his own box. Alpha will get back into goal. Bluey stalled it out long enough for the defense to get back in position. This time, Alpha will get a solid clear back to midfield. Devo up to challenge, but Turbo and Violent Panda, they win the contact, but both out of position. Is all up to Yukio. Now pressure from Barcelona on the other end.
Little greedy there from Alpha. He could have just banged it off the wall and let Bluey take a chance at it. That angle out of the corner is so small, and there was a defender in the net. And a bit of a rushed opportunity from Barcelona, but here's one open back wall, and Alpha's thinking about it. He knows Turbo's got him beat.
Oh, Yukio, look at that. And Devo's all the way in the back. He'll get it away. Now up to Bluey. It's a clever passing situation. Nothing to show for it just yet. Violent Panda now into Turbo Pulse. The infield pass is broken up by Devo. Now looking for the transition. Violent Panda has other ideas. Shuts that one down. Now Devo looking for his teammate. Be Yukio away. So he gets it into the corner. Grab play not going to work. Back out into midfield. Shut down. Sit back to the backboard of Barcelona.
And that is something Barcelona have done a phenomenal job of on defense as well. Is whenever they get the ball put at them, they always keep it so close, and finally, the bump they've been trying to get since game number 1 comes through, and Alpha will put the go-ahead goal in.
Bluey clears the way, and Alpha has an open net to shoot at. No turbo pulse, so that makes it a lot easier. And the lead now for Barcelona. 1 minute, 17 seconds away from taking down the Master Chief team. Be turbo to the far corner. Alpha lofting this one. Violent Panda now back down. Turbo Pulse looking for Yukio. Alpha past 1. Carrying this through. Past Violent Panda, but he does manage to get a bumper onto it. Onto the wall again, stall out the play. Devo continuing to carry it to the backboard, and the air carries, I'm not going to lie, I don't see many teams go for this many air carries. Barcelona loves to just go for the air dribbles.
Well, it's because that plays back into what I was talking about earlier. They do such a great job keeping the ball close to them and forcing the next challenge, and more often than not, they've won them.
As they wait for that final hit that we see people going for from their back third, that happens at midfield for them, and then that means the ball's on the enemy backboard, and by that time, everyone else has time to move up. Great use of the air dribble, and now more pressure with 20 seconds left. Down, just a 1-goal game. Dignitas, we've seen make crazier comebacks.
Time's a wasting though. You gotta force something, but they did just get a double commit out of Barcelona, and thankfully Alpha's got his head on his shoulders.
Violent Panda setting this one up. Yukio's there. Devo doesn't make solid contact, and there is still a last-minute opportunity. Turbo Pulsa past Blue. It's a bit high, but here's Yukio. Puts it back in. Where's Violent Panda? He comes in for the shot. They tried to keep it alive, but it doesn't happen. Barcelona take down Dignitas in 4 games.